going on? What's going on, everybody? Come on in. Come on in. Hit that like button as you come on in. Let me know where you are checking in from. Let me know where you're checking in from. Let me know where you're checking in from. Let me know where you're checking in from. We're going to get straight to it tonight. I ain't going to wait. I'm just going to get straight to it. And as people come on in, they can join the conversation. I will drop the link a little bit later on for anybody that wants to come on. And I'll do my Q&A after I do my presentation. And then I'm going to get up out of here until Sunday. So come on in, hit that like button as you come on in. Let me know where you're checking in from. Jerome from Detroit. Jerome's in the house from Detroit. Hey Pippi, let me know if I look like a Chinese movie. Is my mouth moving, but my mouth ain't moving with what's coming out my mouth? Do it look like a Chinese movie? Is my mouth moving, but the words ain't lining up? Let me know. Let me know. What's good, Jerome? What's good? William, what's good? Let me know where you're checking in from. Come on in. Let me know where you're checking in from. I'm going to talk about box trucker we're going to be talking about business person or box trucker. Business person or box trucker. Your mindset is going to determine whether you succeed or fail. Your mindset. And this is one of those topics I know, that it's probably not going to be a big turnout. It might be. A lot of people might turn out. People don't like to hear the truth. When you talk about mindset and smart things, people don't like to hear smart things. People want to hear solutions and answers to problems that they have, and they just want that shortcut to success, and there is no shortcut to success. Any person that is successful or has seen success will tell you that it's hard work that paves the path to success. People don't want to hear the smart stuff. All right, so we're going to get straight to it. Come on in. I hope everybody is having a good and blessed and prosperous week. A lot going on in the box truck community. I know it's slow for a lot of people that run that middle mile, that Amazon. I know rates are down, but I told y'all this was going to happen. So hopefully y'all heeded my advice back in November, back in December, and properly prepared for these times that are taking place right now. And you were able to figure something else out in order to make some money, to keep some revenue coming in. And I'm going to touch a little bit on that tonight too. So hit that like button as you come on in, because that is one of the main determining factors between an actual business person and or a box trucker. All right. You don't want to look at yourself as a box trucker. Some people will, promote, and sell you this idea of a box trucker. But I'm here to decipher the difference between an actual business person and a box trucker. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get into it. I'm not going to wait. I'm trying to cut my lives down to 2 hours. All right, so we're going to jump straight into it. And those that come in late, just join late and have to watch the replay to catch the parts that they miss from not being on time. So go ahead and hit that like button. Let me go ahead and throw this up here. We getting straight into this thing. You dig what I'm saying? All right, so business person or box trucker. Business person or box trucker. Your mindset is the key to succeeding or failing. And I think this is one of the main reasons why you had a lot of people exit last month, still exit this month. And we're going to talk a little bit about that from a different perspective tonight. And I'm going to get to it tonight, guys. I'm going to get to it. We're going to look at it from a different perspective. All right, so freedom and flexibility. Why do people become entrepreneurs? Why do people want to get into the trucking industry? Why do people want to be their own boss? Mainly because of freedom and flexibility. Everybody now wants to be their own boss. We're living in, this whole culture thing. Um, Everything is a culture. You got the sneaker culture, you got the rap culture. Now you got the trucking culture. All right, you got the entrepreneurial culture. The culture, everyone wants to be their own boss. No one wants to work. The gig economy came in and kind of forced people into a mindset of working for themselves. The pandemic happened and also changed people and shifted people's mindset of focusing more on health, life, making money, but making it on your terms in your time, not putting, let's say, health, and things that, just living life before money, making money and doing the things that you want to do when you want to, a balance, the old way of earning. You go to work Monday through Friday, you work 8 hours a day, you go home, you have your weekends off, you got to crumble everything into 2 days, and then it's back to work again on Monday. So there's a new culture now that, you work when you want to work, you play when you want to play, you have that balance. You're not forced to go to work. You got corporations shifting their model. A lot of companies have went from 5-day 8-hour work days to 4-day 10-hour work days. So you're staying at work 2 extra hours and getting an extra day off. Some companies are allowing you to, they're just not over your shoulder as much. All right, because retention is a big thing. So they're laying off. They're a little bit more lax now because they don't want to push anyone away, right? Because everyone is looking. Even in the trucking, you look at the semi trucking, people are hopping from seat to seat to seat. That's why you got companies now giving unprecedented sign-on bonuses, $10,000 and up. People are moving around now. There's plenty of opportunities. All right. So freedom and flexibility. This is the gateway to working your own hours, saying no to an annoying boss, and having the flexibility to work in a field you enjoy. Flexibility to work in a field you enjoy. Now that's the key thing. All right. We're speaking on trucking. Most of the topics that when I put them together, most of my lives, when I do presentations, I always come from an economical or business standpoint. So you can apply this stuff pretty much to any business, but we're going to focus on the trucking business, mainly box trucking. All right. So flexibility to work in the field you enjoy. I think a lot of people entered into this space within the past couple of years and they really didn't enjoy it. You have what's called serial entrepreneurs, and then you have people that follow like not say pyramid schemes, but people who want get rich quick scenarios. I'm gonna call this a get rich quick scenario because they saw a lot of people promoting this was an opportunity to make a lot of money, and at that time rates were very high, unusually high, but a lot of people that were novice into the industry didn't understand that, and the people that did know that, they didn't pass this information on to people that to let them know that these were unusual rates and that this wasn't going to last. They promoted the current rates and forced people to get in. They took advantage of the hype that was built around the industry at that time. People had money and they thought this was a great opportunity to, one, start their own business, two, create their own business and also an additional stream of revenue, but they did not actually love this business, because if they would have loved it when times got hard, they would have figured a way out. All right. And figuring a way out, I'm going to get into that. I'm not going to go long and drawn out because I could have. So what I'm going to do in this presentation, I'm going to focus on what I call the 2 R's. The 2 R's, which are going to separate an actual business person from a box trucker. My subs, I want you guys to think like business people. I don't want you to think like box truckers, cargo vanners, whatever. I want you to think like business people, entrepreneurs, business people. Look at this thing from a bigger lens. Don't look at it from a small lens of you and your little box truck. All right. Don't look at it like that. Look at it from a business perspective. Like you are a businessman running a Fortune 500 company. Think of your box truck as a Fortune 500 company. Think outside the box. Think bigger than the actual truck. All right. So we're gonna talk about the 2 R's. My 2 R's. All right. The first R we're gonna talk about is resilience. Resilience. All right. This is a word that I don't see thrown around this industry. Now, I noticed that, my content, I watched a video from another content creator earlier this week, and I swore I was listening to myself. I wasn't looking at myself because this person don't look nothing like me. But I could have sworn I was listening to myself. If I would have closed my eyes, I'm talking about plagiarism. If I could call the police on somebody plagiarizing, the man plagiarized my whole content, the way I approach creating my content. This person who always speaks from a different perspective and know it's not somebody that I've had an issue with in the past. This is someone I've never even spoke to. You know what I'm saying? This is somebody that's I've never spoke to. All right. Just everything that I say, this person is saying now. So it's to the point now, even in this space, people aren't resilient and they can't create and they can't curate. So they have to plagiarize someone else that can consistently create and curate great content for the community. All right. So resilience. When one thing ain't working, they got to try to, so resilience. Let's talk about resilience. This is a word that I'm throwing out there. Now watch how many people start using this word. All right. The capacity to withstand or to recover quickly from difficulties, toughness. Listen, the capacity to withstand or to recover quickly from difficulties. All right. Right now, difficulty. Everybody's complaining. All right. This is what's setting the difference between a business person and a box trucker. A business person isn't complaining. A business person is looking for solutions. A box trucker right now is complaining. A box trucker is complaining. A business person understands there is going to be ups and downs in business. There's going to be ups and downs. If you complain in quiet. You don't run to the internet. That's not what business people do. Business people find solutions to the issue. If you have a truck, you have a tool. Listen, some people look at their truck as an asset. I don't look at it as an asset. I look at it as a tool. You have a tool. If your tool is not working, if it's not, you got a wrench and it's not turning, or that hammer, it ain't hammering that specific nail, you go find another nail that you can hammer that is going to drive into that piece of wood a little bit easier. All right. So you got a tool. Figure out another way to utilize your tool to, make money. There's plenty of things you can do with a box truck. All right. But some people are stuck in the comfort zone and they don't want to do the hard work because they were sold this ideal. They were sold this idea of easy work, dock to dock. A business person is going to look for a solution to a problem, not run away when they get hit with the first problem. It's not like it's problem after problem after problem and you just get fed up. The first issue, you run away. No toughness, no resilience, no plan initially from the get-go. A business person is sticking it in, and not only are they sticking it in, they are looking for a solution. All right. The ability to recover from less than ideal situations is the difference between people who have an entrepreneurial mindset and those who don't. Person who doesn't have an entrepreneurial mindset, they're going to jump from anything to anything. Whatever wave is waving, that's where they're going with it. They looking for that quick rise to the top, and they're never going to see it because they're not putting the time in on one thing and focusing on one thing and growing and building one thing. Everybody want to make that quick buck and see those riches quick. It don't come like that. It doesn't come like that. Losing is an important and essential part of the process. Ever heard the term you're not a boss until you take a loss? All right, that's a real term. Understanding where the problems are requires experience in loss. A lot of the times, if you don't have a mentor, you don't have a coach, or you don't know someone who's in an industry that you're in that can forewarn you on certain things, or is holding your hand along the process, and then they can see things that you're doing wrong and say, you know what, if you continue to do that way, then this is going to happen. Or you know what, every year around this time, this happens, so you want to prepare for that during this time of the year. If you don't have a person like that, then the only way you're going to know about certain things, issues that may arise in your business, in the industry that you're in, is when you go through them. All right. An entrepreneur or a business person looks for those things. They look for those things. They look for them early on, so they know how to maneuver and navigate around them when they come around again. A big part of business is experiencing loss. You're never going to be a successful business person unless you master and learn how to navigate times of despair, loss. If every business you start, the first time things go bad, you run and say you out, you're never going to make it. You're not going to make it. Never. It's not going to happen. Because you don't know how to master loss. You don't know how to maneuver loss. You don't know how to get around it. You don't know how to take a problem and create a solution for it. You're not a problem solver. Successful business people solve problems every day. If you can't solve a problem, how do you expect to be a successful business owner? It's not going to happen. Resilient entrepreneurs do not deal in fear, as it holds you back from an open mindset to all possibilities. Everyone got to get their cherry popped in business. You're going to get your cherry popped. All right. When you're going into business initially, all right, your first sign of entrepreneurial endeavors, all right, yeah, you're going to have some fear at the beginning. You're going to have some fear. And in order to conquer those fears, you got to go through bad things. You got to go through bad things. You got to go through bad things so you can conquer them. Once you go through your first, spiel of bad things and you master them and you navigate through those issues and you conquer them, that initial fear that most entrepreneurs, beginning novice entrepreneurs have, they don't have it no more. Some entrepreneurs are a lot more fearless than others. I have friends that are entrepreneurs. I have friends that are entrepreneurs. I have friends with hopes of becoming entrepreneurs, and a lot of them don't have the resilience. A lot of them don't have that risk-taking ability. Some of them aren't going to take the risk. I'm willing to lose it all. I will lose it all. Even at this point, with the success that I've had and the multiple businesses, I'll lose it all. You know why? Because I don't have no fear. That fear that I had was years ago. You talking about over 20 years. I don't got no fear. I lose it all because I know how to get it back. At this point, it's hard for me to do that because I've created so much. I have multiple streams. So when one thing is not doing good, I got other things that are doing good, and vice versa. And the reason why I have that mindset is because I got to a point where I thought one thing was my end all be all. And once I finally realized, I got into a situation, I realized that, this ain't the end all be all. And then I realized that nothing is the end all be all. I had to create multiple streams. And I continue to create multiple streams. And I continue to create multiple streams. Not every business venture that I jump into is a success. I spent thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands, I could say thousands, 10 more times in 2019 on 2 apps. On 2 apps. Thousands. A lot of thousands. All right. And those 2 apps, they didn't do good. They did okay. But the reason why I had to put an end to them, because I was putting thousands, once the apps got launched, I was putting thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars into these applications to market them. I had a plan initially. So it's not like I wasn't resilient. I had a plan on, this is how much money I'm going to invest into this particular project, right? And if I don't see some sort of results, I have to cut the well. I got to cut it off. I had a plan. But I was willing to blow thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars on the idea. And then thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars on marketing the product in hopes that it would get popular. But I had a plan going in. I wasn't scared to throw away money or throw money at this project or these two projects. Even now, things that I invest in, I'm not scared. Some of the things I throw money at, the dollar amount, some people would scoff at. But I'm a business person. I don't have any fear. I understand that in business, it's taking risk. But I'm going to go into the business with a plan. I'm not just throwing money, spending money, and I don't know what I'm spending money on. People got into this box truck space. They had money initially. They had no plan. They came to YouTube. They went to Instagram. They went to Google. For some things they winged it. They had the money. They just threw money at. Didn't know what the hell they were doing. Had no plan. Lost it all. Then, not me, because I wasn't on YouTube around then, but what I see now is a lot of finger pointing and blame placing. Not me. I wasn't on YouTube then. I wasn't a part of the YouTube last year when everybody was doing. I came in this year on the decline. It wasn't me, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just speaking from what I see. All right? Everybody's placing the blame, pointing the fingers. And yes, some people you can point a finger at, they may have taken advantage of a situation, but some people may have not. But at the end of the day, whether you spent money with a person who took advantage of a situation or didn't take advantage of the situation, at the end of the day, the fault is all yours. And I'm going to get into that a little bit later. I'm not going to make this long. I'm going to hit the point. I'm going to drive the point home, and then we're going to move on because I'm trying to cut these lives down. So resilient entrepreneurs do not deal in fear. We don't cry. We don't complain when things go bad. We enter correctly. We're prepared for when things go bad. And we deal with them because we're problem solvers. Entrepreneurs, what makes a good business person or a good entrepreneur is the ability to solve problems. If you can't solve problems, like I said a few minutes ago, you're never going to succeed in any business. No business. I don't give a damn what you run. A restaurant. What happens if the stove, you got two stoves and one stove catches on fire? One stove is burnt up, but you got a line out the door. How are you going to solve that problem? You going to tell everybody to go away, only got one stove? Or are you going to pacify these people because now it's going to take longer and people are going to get restless? Are you going to pacify these people and keep them cool to keep that money in that door? Because now you got to go get a new stove. Or are you going to run around like a chicken with your head cough, crying and complaining because one of your stoves burnt up? You got to solve a problem instantly. This is what you signed up for. Business person, box trucker. Hopefully you're a business person and you have the mindset of a business person. Let's keep going. Research. And I'm not talking about the research you think I'm talking about, like, let me go to Google and how do I get a DOT and where do I go for my MC and what's a BOC3? Not that type of research. I'm talking about real research. I'm talking about the research that you continue to do after your business is launched and you're already operational. All right. And that's the problem that I think a lot of people run into as well. Once the business get launched, people love saying, I'm an entrepreneur. I got my own business. I got my LLC. You had a bunch of people promoting the LLC too during the pandemic. It was a big LLC thing going around. And I used to be like, damn, LLCs ain't the only structure of business. You can do an S corp if you want. Everybody's talking about this LLC because they didn't know no better. You see what I'm saying? So research. Find the void in your industry and capitalize. That's the research I'm talking about. Right now, there's a void. Are you an entrepreneur? Are you a business person? Or are you a box trucker? Because right now, and hit the like button too. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Let me know that you listening to me. There's a void in the industry. A business person is trying to find that void. They're not worrying about rates and things and that. Right now, they're looking to pivot. They're looking to transition. They're looking to find where the void is and capitalize on it. All right. Back when I was starting, the void that I saw, all right, because I started humbly from grassroots, all right. I didn't start with these big ambitions. I started from a back against the wall situation. Grassroots. Bootstrap. However you want to call it. Grassroots, bootstrap, humble beginnings. Right? I started with a pickup truck and Craigslist. All right? I'm doing small jobs. Now here is where my entrepreneurial, because it's in me. It ain't in everybody. But this is where my entrepreneurial mind state came in. So I'm doing these small jobs out the back of my Chevy Avalanche. I'm marketing my small hustle business on Craigslist as guy with a pickup truck. I'm not misleading anyone. I'm not putting it out there like I got a box truck or anything. I'm telling the people I have a pickup truck. All right. I'm telling them this. Guy with pickup truck. We'll do small deliveries and small moves. All right. So by me marketing that way, I'm attracting a certain type of clientele, a certain consumer base. I'm attracting consumers who have one or two pieces or small jobs, just small pieces. I got a couch I need to move from one side of town to another. I got a mattress, move from here to there. I have a small dorm. I got 3 books and a roll-up IKEA pallet mattress. That's it. Things that, people know it can fit in a pickup truck. Right? So I noticed that I'm getting flooded with calls. So what does the mind say, dude? Why am I getting so many calls? I'm in a big city. Like, I'm not the only one on Craigslist. So I started doing research. First, I started researching the competitors on Craigslist. All right. I noticed something. I noticed I was the only one who had a pickup truck, who was marketing a pickup truck. Right. Everybody else, licensed, unlicensed, it didn't matter. They were marketing themselves as full-blown, full-size movers. All right. Then I started researching moving companies, like not on Craigslist, like Google moving companies, Yellow Pages, real like full-blown moving companies, the big boys. All right. Now I saw a similarity between the guys on Craigslist and the big boy moving companies with the big budgets that charge you $1 zillion when they come move your house, right? They were marketing the same type of way, labor-wise, truck fee-wise, material cost-wise. No one was catering to the dorms, the studios, the 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom, and the odds and end people who had, I just need a sofa moved, I need a mattress moved. If you call Mayflower, you call Atlas, or you call 2 Men in a Truck, and you just need a couch move from one place to another place in the same town, they're going to charge you for 2 men. They're going to charge you $110 an hour with a 2-hour minimum. They're going to charge you a one-way travel fee to you. They're going to charge you a one-way travel fee from you once the job is complete. They're going to charge you a truck fee. They're going to charge you a material cost. If the truck is parked 75 feet away from the door from where the truck is parked, they're going to charge you a long carry fee. If it's above 2 flights of stairs, they're going to charge you a 3rd floor fee and additional fees for any additional. They're going to charge you for one item as if you were doing a whole move. So 2-hour minimum plus a travel to you, travel from you fee. So 2-hour minimum, $110 an hour, that's $220, plus a 1-hour travel fee to you, that's another $110, that's $330. Plus once the job is complete, they charge you to go back to wherever the hell they came from. That's another $110. You're at $440 before they even show up to you. Plus they're going to charge you a truck fee. That's $100 and something. Then they're going to charge you to wrap the couch. Then don't let it be somewhere where the truck can't park right in front of the door. They got to park halfway down the block. Now they're going to charge you a long carry fee. And if you stay on the third or the fourth floor, you're going to pay a walk-up fee. So now you at about $800 for one couch. I saw a problem. I created a solution. So when I came off of Craigslist, and as that business started to grow for me off on Craigslist, and I transformed it into a real business, I created a business that focused on smaller jobs. Yes, we did all size moves, long distance, 5-6 bedroom house, but I marketed towards the smaller jobs, the smaller moves, because no other company was doing it. I saw a void. I created a solution. I capitalized on it. I made a lot of money. All the college forms, the parents, when they needed to find movers, yeah, they put my company in there. They didn't have to call 2 men in a truck and pay absorbent fees to move little Sally and her little dorm. She has 4 boxes of books at the University of Chicago, 4 boxes of books. She has a pallet mattress that her parents bought from IKEA. She has a small little, one of those little plastic totes, 2 of those little plastic totes with the drawers, the 3 drawers that fall apart that you get from like Walmart or Target, 2 of those with her clothing. That's it. So instead of them calling 2 men in a truck or any other moving company that's going to still charge an exorbitant rate like they're moving a 5-bedroom home, Mark has a price point for that type of move. You're walking out of that move with about $200, $250. A job like that takes less than 2 hours, charging 2-hour minimum. I eliminate all the additional fees. We make money off volume of jobs per day. Because a bunch of these jobs, you can knock out a bunch of them per truck per day. Make money in volume. I saw a problem, right? I saw a void. I created a solution and I capitalized on it. Fast forward, started a trucking business. Moving company, pivoted, created a trucking company. 2 businesses now. 2 separate businesses. 1 holding company. Saw a void in the logistics companies during those times. They never had enough trucks. Independent contractors did as they pleased, as they still do today. What did I do? I saw that if I continued to buy trucks, I had a place to run them all. Because every day, hey, Mark, you got an extra truck? Hey, Mark, you got an extra truck? Hey, Mark, you got an extra truck? It was to the point where I saw a void. I capitalized on it. They didn't have to call me every day. I already had a guy scheduled and a truck ready because I knew they were going to call. Because I knew every day there's going to be freight left on the dock. For you guys that run Final Mile, you know what I'm talking about. You go to some of these Final Mile companies, every day there's freight left on the dock. It's inevitable. Saw a problem, created a solution, kept buying trucks. I got as many trucks as you need. How many trucks? I never would give them a straight answer. Mark, how many trucks you got for real? Because, man, you always come through. I got as many as you need. Because Mark got as many as you need. Because guess what? If I'm at 11 trucks right now at this point, and they say, man, Mark, I got a contractor just quit. Hey, Mark, hey, Julie, I need a truck. Just give me another truck. I'm probably going to run it for about 2-3 weeks. I'm going to run it for a month just to make sure this account, this route is solidified, and then we'll bring it back in a month. If I rent a truck for a month because someone fell off, let's say on account, I add that truck, I rent a truck for a month, I see that route is secure, I take that truck back, I go buy a truck, I go cash out. Just go buy a truck. I saw that independent contractors back then, they were fair weather. That was their problem, But I created a solution for them that in turn made me more money. I'm looking to make more money. I'm looking to make more money. I'm looking for voids in the industry. Listen, everybody's complaining about brokers. Box trucker, business person. People complaining about brokers. There's some guy right now that's creating a solution for that. Artificial intelligence. The broker is going to be obsolete after so many years. Broker is on his way out the door. Artificial intelligence is going to replace the broker. What I'm saying right now is there's a problem. People are complaining. Someone's creating a solution. Artificial intelligence is going to set those rates. And either you take them or you leave them, because there's no one to go back and forth and negotiate with now. You can't negotiate with code. Someone's going to write a code. This needs to be picked up here. It needs to go there. Based on history, the cost of fuel, that computer code, that mathematical algorithm code that some smart guy is typing gazillion, million, whatever per minute right now, coding, is creating a solution for that. It's called artificial intelligence. Business people create solutions. They don't complain. They find a void and they research, they look for the void in the industry, they create a solution, and then they capitalize on it. Weigh your pros and your cons. Weigh your pros and your cons. All right. This is what a lot of people should do initially. Weigh the pros and the cons. They don't do that. They look at all the pros and they don't think about the cons. You need to weigh your pros and your cons, because guess what? If the cons scare you, because check it out. You know what's funny to me right now? And this is funny. This is real funny to me. Because, you know, I came on YouTube in April, and all my early content was from the same perspective that I put it out now. But back then, early on, I didn't have a lot of subscribers. I had nowhere near subscribers I have now, right? But with the few subscribers that I did have, you know, I always, every now and then, got that, you know, the hater or the negative, because there was still people checking a little money. The only thing I was doing was speaking from a very truthful standpoint. These are what you need to look for. I did that box truck bubble video. The business people got it. The box trucker didn't. The box trucker got mad. The business person understood. But now everybody's talking about every video. Now I go on YouTube that's in box trucking is the truth. You know why Mark don't have the truth video? Because Mark been telling the truth the whole time. Mark was preparing you for peak season. Mark was preparing you for January. Mark gave you the box truck bubble. Mark gave you all the economics. Mark broke down the whole industry. He told you what was going to happen. Experience. I got the flack early on because it seemed like it came from a pessimistic point of view, but it was the truth. It wasn't pessimistic. It was the truth. Now that everything has gone awry, rates are down, people are running around like a chicken with their head cut off, angry, ain't making no money in the box truck, coming to YouTube with the truth video, every other video, the truth. Why wasn't these people putting out these truth videos, wasn't putting out these videos 6-7 months ago? Why is everything the truth now? So what was it then? What was the content you were putting out then? You might have not been selling the people the dream, but you was along for the ride. Most of them. People that put out, if you were telling the truth, you don't have to put out a video saying the truth. because you've been telling the truth all the time. I speak from an educational perspective. I do my presentations and I speak from an educational, an economical, a business perspective. There's some type of value. I just don't get up here and say, Amazon or OTR or cargo van, you can make money with the over the road doing this, or you can make money with Amazon doing that, or you can make money with Final Mile. I'm gonna give you some type of education. I'm going to present it with my experience base, right? My years of experience, and I'm gonna give you some type of educational value. So hopefully you can learn something. I'm not just talking about my journey and what I saw somebody else said. So now when everybody's upset and mad and running around and can't even come up with no more content because everything is bad, so you can't make the same, I made this much, I made that much. Now you don't know what to make. You never were an educator. So now you look at people joining the same circus again, creating content about, the truth, or the trucking industry is trash and this, that, and the third, because they can't curate. Those are box truckers. Those are box truckers. Those aren't business people. A business person isn't going to even fathom saying those types of words. They're not even thinking those words. They're too busy creating solutions to a problem or looking for a solution to a problem that is presenting itself at the moment. You have a tool. Utilize your tool. Listen, I've had situations where I've had ups and downs in business and trucking. I remember one time this guy was doing a demo. I told this story before maybe. And he needed a lot of the demo stuff from the garage teardown hauled away. I sent one of my trucks to take all that dirt, debris, bricks to the junkyard. Shouldn't have did it because it left soot, all type of, it took, I think it's on that truck, it's still soot in that truck. And this is from 6-7 years ago. The point is, we're at a time where the business was not doing as well as it had been doing in the past, and any opportunity that presented itself that made money, I had to take it. It ain't nothing to power wash the back of that truck. Yeah, I had guys that complain, hey Mark, we movers. We do furniture delivery. We ain't finna be throwing no bricks in no truck and all of that. Man, listen, I'm gonna pay y'all. I'm gonna give y'all a little extra. Do the job. They did the job. We made the money. I power washed the truck. I'm not gonna make nobody clean out the truck. I power washed it. I did what I had to do. A lot of people not willing to step outside that comfort zone and go get to that bag that they talk about, this bag. Learn when to go with your guts versus examining data. And see, here's the thing. Oh, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a business person. No, you're not. You're a box trucker. God, yeah, I believe in God, and that's all. But here's the thing: going with your guts takes experience. A novice entrepreneur is not advanced yet to know if this is a go with your gut business opportunity. That takes experience. All right. First business endeavor, you got to examine data. You have to do due diligence. You have to do research. You don't go with your gut because whoever you saw online, cousin, baby, man, got a box truck and he's saying that they checking a bag over at Amazon or Lil T and Fat Mike checking a bag doing OTR. and you just running with people word, and you say, well, you know, I just got the PPP, or I just got the idol, so let me go ahead and get a truck too. I'm just, you know, God was telling me that, you know, I'm an entrepreneur. I know God got something in store for me. That's not a gut feeling. That's stupidity. That's stupidity. That's stupidity. Gut feeling is serial entrepreneur, experienced entrepreneur, success in business. Opportunity gets presented to him. Hey, Mark, man, I got an idea. I got this startup. I'm raising capital. I already got X amount from these VCs. VC means venture capitalists. Got some serious angels investors that already got a Series A, first series round funding. All right. This is the project. I created a way for, I got a code. I got a coder, right? And he's created a code so that we can build a digital load board. A digital load board. All right. And eventually what this is going to be the Uber for load boards. We're going to get rid of all the brokers. The AI, the artificial intelligence, is going to give the rates. So the trucker downloads the app, the shipper downloads the app, they put what the load is, how much it weighs, how many pallets, they put in all their details. They sign up from the shipper's perspective. The trucker signs up from the trucking perspective. The shipper puts their information as far as the load. The AI sets the rate based on mathematical algorithm code. The trucker sees it, they can accept it, they can deny it, or they can counter it. There's no human there. There's no human aspect. It's all artificial intelligence. You come to me, serial entrepreneur that I am. I like that idea. That's a gut feeling, because guess what? I see the vision. I see it. I see that happening. I see that happening. How much do you need? Man, if you can give me 100,000, I ain't got 100, I give you 50. I give you 60. Or I got the 100, I give you 100. That's a gut feeling. Experience. I know that with the way things are going, with the technology that has presented itself in 2023, that can happen. I'm going to invest in that. If I'm a novice, never had a business, get presented an opportunity based on things I've heard in trucking, I got this money. It's not something that I go based off of gut. A lot of people jumped into this industry off of gut, and that's why they failed. They use the whole God angle, and God's got to, and I believe in God. I'm not an atheist. Trust me, I believe in God. You know, I got a God worshiping mother. You know what I'm saying? In business, you got to cross your T's and dot your I's. You got to cross your T's and dot your I's. Know when to go with your gut. Know if you are experienced enough to go with your gut. Do your due diligence. Do your due diligence. I wanna look into some quotes. What up, though? Dispatchers will be located in the Philippines and India. Dispatchers are already. You got brokers and dispatchers overseas already. Let me hit some key points real quick before we get into some quotes. Take responsibility for mistakes. All right. Something I talked about a few minutes ago. A lot of guys ain't taking responsibilities for their mistakes. Listen, if you came on the internet, you came on YouTube, you came on Instagram, I don't care where you went. You listen to Bebe, Man, TT, Lil Sean, Fat Man, Pooh Bear, Mike, any of your guys, or any of your guys, and you got sold a dream, you got sold hopium, because there's still people out here spreading hopium, and you invested, you cannot run to these people and say, oh, you got me. You can, and they probably did, but at the end of the day, an entrepreneur going to take that L and say, you know what, I messed up. That's on me. A box trucker is going to go placing the blame because you didn't do your due diligence. This is the difference. It's a mindset thing. It's a mindset thing. This is the point of this live. Mindset. Because I don't think a lot of people understand the mindset of a business person. A mindset of a business person, listen, if I make a mistake in my business, or let's say this, somebody in my business makes a mistake, I own that. To the public, I own that. I don't throw my person under the bus. I throw him under the bus in private. I own everything. If I'm at the head of my organization, it all falls on me. Guess what? A team loses the football game or the basketball game. Zach LaVine running around here for the Bulls, doing all this goofball stuff that he be doing. Guess what? The coach owns up to that, even though we know it's Zach running around doing all this goofball stuff on the court. We lose the game in that press conference. Jim Boylan, he owns up to it. He because he's the coach. Same thing with a business person. If you go, and I'm using this for an example, and this is why I keep using this for example, because this is the latest thing in this space right now, the finger pointing and the blame placing. You know, I see it going on. All right. So that's why I'm using this example, taking responsibility. As an entrepreneur, a business person, not going to place the blame on nobody. They're going to accept and own up to the mistakes they made. They're going to learn from those mistakes, and they're going to move on. They're going to move on. Comfort zone. Tool. Your truck is a tool. I gave you an example of how my moving truck wasn't moving. Another opportunity presented itself. Had to go get that. It's a tool. It's a tool. Use it as a tool. Get out your comfort zone, box trucker, because you're not an entrepreneur. If you're stuck in your comfort zone, you got a truck, you got this note, you signed up for this. You got to make them, listen, you got to move that truck. If the OTR thing ain't cracking, if the Amazon ain't cracking, and Bebe next door, and you know he's strong as an ox and he ain't got no money, he ain't got no background, but you know he get drunk on the weekends, you got, hey, baby, hey, listen, I'm going to get you some Dickies. I'm going to put you in this shirt. It's going to say T-Force. It's going to say Pilot. It's going to say UST. I need you to come lift this furniture. You be helping everybody everybody else in the neighborhood move, and they give you $30, $40, $50, and you done spent 8 hours moving all that stuff. I'm going to put a real bag of money in your pocket at the end of the week, but I need you not to drink until Friday nights. And I'll buy the 6-pack. I need you to come to work. We got to go lift this furniture. Man, listen, that Amazon, this OTR ain't working. I got to go do this final mile that Mark talking about. I got to go lift these refrigerators because that's still working. I can't worry about what's not working. This truck note and Progressive, because you know y'all like Progressive, even though I tell y'all I don't go with Progressive, y'all like Progressive. Progressive coming every 30 days, whether you like it or not. They don't care if your truck moving or not. They're coming. And they're going to be on time too when they come. They're on time. They're never late. They're not late. So you got to do what you got to do. You got to get out your comfort zone. See, I never took the easy route. I started with moving, hard, laborious, labor-intense, back-breaking that people make fun of. But guess what? I broke down the moving numbers the other night. OTR, Amazon, Final Mile, anything in trucking can never outdo what the moving money is. That $4,000 or $5,000 a person can make OTR in one truck in a 26-foot box truck. I made that in one day in 12 hours on one move. It's hard work. I started from moving and then went to final mile delivery. I never did middle mile. I don't know what that's easy work. Backing into a dock and watching somebody with a forklift drop pallets in there and then driving somewhere else, backing into another dock and then let somebody else lift it up and take the forklift and take stuff out. That's easy. I never had it that easy. Amazon dropping off pallets and phone cases. I'm not making fun of it. That's easy work. But I've always had it hard. Even coming up, I had it hard. I know what it's not. I know what it's like not to have. So hard work ain't never scared me. I'm grateful that my entrance into this space came from the hardest lanes. I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for that. I got a cuz that drive box trucks named TT. Detroit in the thing. So get out your comfort zone. Use your box truck as a tool. Go make money. Stop complaining that, oh, the rates are low. The rates are low. It's not worth it anymore. It's too hard. I seen a content creator say, man, it's hard work. This too hard. It's too hard, bro. These are grown men. I'm watching grown men with 2 arms, 2 hands, strong. And these are young guys that I'm watching, these content guys. These are young guys. Talking about, man, that's hard work. And they're complaining that their lane is hard. And they're running middle mile. These probably the same guy. These guys probably can't even change a tire. These guys probably can't even screw in a light bulb. And then they wonder why. They give up. You can easily pivot. You got a tool. What are you complaining about, box trucker? Surround yourself with like-minded people, man. Surround yourself with like-minded people. Listen, a lot of my homies that I grew up with that ain't on nothing, we ain't cool no more. Eventually it gets to a point where you gotta grow up and you gotta move forward with people. Even my homies that still in the streets got businesses. We bounce ideas off of each other. Most of our conversations, we laugh, we joke, we might talk about the game, but man, we talking about money. We not talking about, listen, majority of my conversation with my guys, the ones that I still close with, because if you're not making money or you're not ambitious to try to get money, at this point in my life, I'm going on 43. Like, I don't have time to be with people that's not making money. All right. Our conversation is about making money and new opportunities. Making more money and more opportunities. Bouncing ideas. Coming up with your, man, should we do this? Well, you think we should go ahead and do that? Well, I ain't going to jump on that, but I'm going to need you on this though. A lot of people, you might be you getting to that point where you want to become a business person or an entrepreneur, but you're still surrounded by people who aren't like-minded. You're trying to break away from that, but it's hard because your circle is still people who are not thinking like you. You're trying to get to that different level of thinking. And the only way you're going to get there is surrounding yourself, removing yourself from people. Because what happens is if you continue to hang around those people and you do start seeing success, you're going to start experiencing what we call crab in a barrel mentality. See, that's a different type of mind state. You know what I'm saying? That crabs in a barrel mentality. I see it on YouTube. I see it here. Anywhere you see success, you're going to see crab in a barrel mentality. Especially from your own people. We the worst. We are the worst. Black people, man, and this is why we ain't got nothing. And it's a damn shame I gotta say that, but it's the truth. That's why we can't get ahead. Collectively. Everybody else can. Everybody else pull each other up. I see the Asians do it. I see the Arabs do it. I see the Arabs hate on each other, but they'll pull each other up. Hispanics are great for it. They pulling, us? Stop it, man. Surround yourself with like-minded people. All right. You may have to cut off some friends that you grew up with. You can try to talk sense into them to get them to think like you thinking, but eventually, if you're not hanging around people that have that same mindset as you, you're not gonna get to where you need to go. Put your business before everything, and this is probably one of the main things that a lot of people don't do. For me to see the success that I have, especially early on, I put my business before everything except God. Everything. Girlfriend, homie, club, whatever. God came first. Mother, the business. The business came before anything. It still does. It still does. It still does. People talk about a balance. Yeah, there's such thing as balance in life. But if you want some type of success in business, especially like this business, it comes with a lot of hard work. It comes with a lot of time. It comes with a lot of dedication. It comes with a lot of resilience. What I talked about earlier, resilience. Yo, once you're not in your truck on your off day or you on your your 10 hours or whatever, you should be researching. You should be still focusing on that business. You get comfortable. Okay, I got with Amazon, or I'm running OTR. I'm looking for my loads. Once I found my load, or I got a final mile contract. I'm doing that Monday through Friday, and you just content. Like, man, ain't no box trucker. A business person's never content. I'm never content. I'm not content. I'm hungry for more money, for more knowledge. I need it all. I need it all. As much of it as I can get. Ain't nothing holding me back. Nothing. Why do I be like, yo, how do I work harder than people I see that got it? Listen, there's no way, and I don't have any children or anything, but if I had children, a family, like more to work, boy, I would be a beast out here. Because guess what? I would still want to maintain the same lifestyle. Whatever happened to the man working really, really, really hard until their fingers go numb and all that? Fingers. Like, you look at some of these cats' hands today, and their hands look better than some of these women's. Man, males all manicured and stuff. No. These cats ain't out here working. These cats ain't out here working, man. Come on, man. Listen, put the business before anything. The woman. If you're a woman box trucker or business person, put it before that man. Put it before that club. Yeah, man, my birthday, Friday, man. We gonna turn up at the club, man. I already got the section, man. I got 10 bottles, man. Man, I'm gonna be there, Joe. I'm gonna be there, man. I'm gonna come off the road Thursday, man. Hey, I got this load, man. It's hot off the press, man. You know what? And it pays really, really well, man. It pays really, really well. Man, I need you to do it, man. It pays really, really well, man. I'm gonna make up I'm gonna give you $1,000, man, to run this load. You'll be back Saturday morning. Pick the load up Friday. You'll be back Saturday morning. I'm just making something up. Man, I gotta go to my homie birthday party Friday night. You're gonna turn away $1,000 to go to your homie's birthday party, to pop some bottles in front of some funky I was finna say, so I got not cuss. In front of some funky who ain't probably studying you no way. And if they is studying you, that little 15, 20 minutes of that one night stand, once you get done with that, you're going to be like, damn, I should have went and got that bread. Priorities. Putting things before the money, the success you want, the reason why you can't see it because you putting all this other stuff in front of it. Got to turn up, not at the beginning. See, at the beginning is the building phase. And the beginning is where the most sacrifice comes in at. See, this type of stuff right here, and we're going to pull you up because you got to do the walk of shame. Remember him from Sunday night, y'all? Remember the coaching I gave him Sunday night? Let me blow him up. All right. Let me blow him up. And I told him he got to do the walk of shame. I told him. Oh, how you blow this up? How you blow it up? Remember all that coaching I gave to him Sunday about that cargo van? I'm going to tell you what he did. Matter of fact, I'm going to have him come up and tell you what he did because, you speaking on them, but I'm going to bring you up anyway. I'm going to tell you, he's going to tell you what he did. And we're going to do an interactive exercise when I bring him up. Everybody that was here Sunday night, I walked him through the whole process. I'm going to bring him up, hit the like button. He's going to let him tell you what he did. The complete opposite. But I'm going to let him tell you. I'm going to bring him up, though. Let me get back to this. So put your business before everything. I'm gonna go out with a few quotes from some successful business people. Where others see problems and challenges and then complain, entrepreneurs see opportunities and think of solutions. Aaron Powell. Where others see problems and challenges and then complain, entrepreneurs see opportunities and think of solutions. All right? Think about where you're seeing a problem at right now in your business. And don't look at it as a problem or a challenge and can stop complaining about it. Look at it as an opportunity to create a solution. Become a problem solver. Sharpen your entrepreneurial skills. Stop complaining. A great way to sharpen your entrepreneurial skills and become a better business person is by problem solving. A lot of people don't know how to problem solve anymore. A lot of people don't attempt to problem solve anymore. And this is why the failure rate is higher than the success rate. Entrepreneurship is living a few years of your life like most people won't, so you can spend the rest of your life like most people can't. This goes back to what he said, got to turn up. And what I said with the beginning years, the most sacrifice. See, I sacrificed the most the beginning years. I'm comfortable now. I don't got to do nothing. I created multiple streams of revenue. All right. I was smart. All right. I saw early on where, you know what, because I had the same way of thinking too. Right. I didn't have a marketing mentor that I can go look at YouTube because it didn't exist back then. And I had to learn the hard way. All right. I said, yo, this ain't going to last forever. Actually, I thought it was, but these accounts may not last, or they're not going to last forever. None of this is forever. I got to create things, multiple streams of income. So when one thing ain't cracking, the another one or the next one is, or the next two is, or the next three is. I use these examples all the time. Look at every single company that you grew up with. A lot of them aren't here anymore. You got to live those early years of your business endeavor, your entrepreneurial initial years when you're building your business, those initial years of you building your business. That's where the most sacrifice comes in at. Entrepreneurship is living a few years of your life like most people won't, so you can spend the rest of your life like most people can't. Let that sink in. Individuals with an entrepreneurial mindset are able to adjust quickly and adapt when circumstances change, are highly intuitive, and rarely shy away from following their gut instincts. They are also decisive and hold themselves accountable for the outcomes of their actions. Patrick Crane. Now, this last part, hold themselves accountable for the outcomes of their, and check it out. I'm not one of those guys that's getting all this ridicule. I wasn't on YouTube then. So, but I'm still taking that as a teaching point. Even though I'm not one of those guys, I'm still taking this situation in this space right now as a teaching point. Yo, people want to place the blame. It's a guy down in Atlanta that's telling people to rent box trucks. They're going to make $1 zillion at Amazon. But guess what? If you go buy that and you feel like you got duped, you can't go back and go into his comments and complain. That's on you. Box trucker. That's a box trucker. That's not a business person. That's not an entrepreneur. Okay? For many reasons. First of all, an entrepreneur is not going to place the blame on anybody. They're going to take that as a learning experience and they're going to hold themselves accountable. They're going to hold themselves accountable. Entrepreneurs, business people, we don't go placing the blame. We don't go pointing the finger. We own up to we own up to our mistakes. People are not taught how to make decisions. It starts at home when you are young. I agree, but here's the thing. Not everyone, you're right, not everyone has everybody's upbringings are different, Everybody's upbringings are different. Some people are more fortunate than others as far as upbringing. And I agree with you. But then again, there are a lot of successful people who have a great mindset that came from very dark backgrounds. Foster care, drug addict parents. There's a lot of successful people that come from very dark backgrounds. I think as a business person, that mindset that you have is something that is either already instilled in you or something that you gather through your journey in life and you pick up on it. I don't let background discourage or define who I am as a person. All right. It doesn't. Jesse Jackson said something many years ago. He said, I may be from the projects, but the projects ain't in me. That was a very, very, very strong statement. And that was a statement from back in the 80s. Back in the 80s. And here we are in the 2023s, and that statement, I still hold that today. You know what I'm saying? I still remember that, and that's probably one of the most powerful statements I ever heard. I may be from the projects, but the projects ain't in me. Mindset. Like I was telling a young man the other day, you can't let your background define your background. May make things harder for you going forward, but you got to keep pushing. I could have ended up with a lot of people I grew up with, dead or in jail. That's not the lifestyle I wanted. That's not the life I wanted. You know what I'm saying? There's certain things I like. And the things I like, doing the things that they're still doing, the ones that are still alive or not in jail, I wouldn't have been able to attain these things if I would have continued to hang out with that type of crowd. Everybody got a path in life. You got to choose your path. You got to choose it wisely. Some people get second chances, not everybody though. So, I everything that I do, I hold myself accountable. But I'm smart enough not to do dumb shit. I think about everything. I think things through. I don't make hasty decisions. I may make some gut business decisions, but I'm tenured in business enough. I talk about box trucking and trucking. I've done plenty of businesses and continue to do businesses. I may give you little trinkets of some of the ones every now and again. But I don't do dumb shit. I think about shit before I do it. I think things through. I don't make hasty decisions. Even when I come on here, I don't just get up here and just be talking. I have a presentation I present. I put this together. I have a speaking point. I have a topic. I don't waste your time. I appreciate everybody that's in here watching. So I don't get up here and waste your time because I don't want you to waste mine. I value your time. So I hope you value mine. So because I value your time, I'm going to put together a presentation. Same thing in business. People make hasty decisions and then they wonder why they're not doing good or wonder why they fail. And here's another big issue that I'm seeing. Worrying about other people. Why do people worry about other people? Especially in this box trucking thing on YouTube. Like, man, why do people worry about other people? I don't worry about other people. I'm too busy doing me. I got enough to worry about with just me. And it's just me. Why do people worry about other people in business? Why don't people focus on their business? People that focus on their business see a higher success rate. I'm focused on my businesses. I don't worry about what other businesses are doing. I don't care what other businesses are doing because I'm too busy building new businesses. I'm looking for voids so that I can create solutions and I can make money. You want to get a little deeper with this whole trucking thing? For the guys that are in this, that are entrepreneurs, I'm going to tell you one thing. I'm going to tell you this. Don't let this be your end all be all. Don't look at getting in a 26-foot box truck and think you're going to run this thing till the wheels fall off 20, 30 years. If you do, you're crazy. Utilize this as a stepping stone to create other streams of revenue. Because guess what? While you're watching me right now, there's some smart guy somewhere in this country that's coding. He's creating a code right now to put a box trucker out of work. There's some guy right now that's creating a code to lessen a box trucker's load or a semi trucker's load so you can get paid less money. But here's the thing. They're not marketing it like that. The guy that's creating a solution right now, because trucking companies are having a hard time finding truckers, always have, whatever. They're marketing it to the trucking companies. Yo, we're building a fully autonomous truck. Or we're building a semi-autonomous truck. Fully autonomous truck gonna X out the driver. Semi-autonomous truck is not gonna X the driver out, but the way they're gonna market it is it's gonna lessen the workload for the driver. So when you come with lessen the workload, guess what? It lessens the pay, right? Because you don't have to do so much manual labor. Either way, it's not good for the human aspect. Somebody's creating a solution to a problem. There is a problem. You might not see the problem, but the big corporations see a problem. Drivers, they see a current issue with drivers. They see a future issue with drivers. I talk about Generation Z. I haven't spoke on Generation Z in a few weeks. Generation Z is not getting behind the wheels of trucks, guys. They're not going to DeVry, Lincoln Tech, all these vocational schools. They don't want to be carpenters. They don't want to be electricians. They don't want to be plumbers. They don't want to be diesel mechanics, master mechanics. They don't want to do anything like that. Any vocation industry is seeing a decline in applicants for apprenticeships. They see it. Box trucker doesn't think about these things. Entrepreneur does, because entrepreneur is thinking down the line. Entrepreneur is not going to make this his be all, end all, be all, and get in the truck and get comfortable and have these plans. All right, in 5 years and in 10 years, I'm going to save up this money on my 26-foot box truck. And then in 15 years, I'm going to be retired. In 15 years, shit, you might not even have 10 years. That's how a box trucker would think. Entrepreneur not thinking like that. Entrepreneur thinking like, I need to make as much money as I can so I can take this and flip this and go put this over here and build that, and then take that and go put that over there and build that. Because somebody's doing this right now. Right now, as we speaking, coding, semi-autonomous, fully autonomous. En route manufacturing. I talked about this about a month or two ago. Listen, if you would have told me 30 years ago that Toys R Us wouldn't exist, I would have called you crazy. You would have told a 7-year-old kid, 15, 1994, 1995. You would have told me 95 at 15 years old that Toys R Us would go out of business. I would be like, what the hell are you talking? You crazy? How is Toys R Us going to go out of business? Who's their competition? KB Toy Stores? FAO Schwartz? Some of y'all might not know what I'm talking about. Some of y'all might be a little bit too young. But the ones that follow me, y'all follow me. Who's their competition? KB? KB is in the malls. FAO Sports is a novelty toy store on the higher end. Who's Toys R Us's competition? And they sell video games. I wouldn't have believed you. But yet and still, they're gone. If you would have told me in 1995 that the indoor mall would damn near one day be extinct, I would not believe you. I'm like, well, then if the mall going to be extinct, then where the stores going to be? Well, man, you don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're talking about. The stores got to be somewhere. Where people going to buy their stuff from? They got to have a place to go buy the stuff. The Gap got to be somewhere. Macy's got to be somewhere. JCPenney got to be somewhere. Hit the like button. Tars is back. They're not back. They're back, but they're not. They're back as a pop-up. A novelty pop-up. Well, I don't consider that back. Somebody is taking advantage of the holiday season for them 2 months, utilizing the name as a novelty pop-up. I don't consider that back. All right. But let's go back to the indoor malls. You told me that the indoor malls would be extinct. I wouldn't believe you. But look, the indoor malls are damn near extinct. The indoor mall was a place where you go shopping. You can go to the food court and eat. People go hang out there. You had the little teenagers went on their dates there. There's no way out to believe, but guess what? The indoor mall is damn near extinct. So the point that I'm trying to make is nothing lasts forever. And the mindset of box trucker is thinking, okay, once I get my box truck, I got a 5-year finance agreement. I'm going to pay it off in 5 years. And after 5 years, I'm going to be running my overhead gonna really go down. Then I'm gonna run it another 20 years, and then I'm gonna pass it down, and then we gonna make us a box truck, generational wealth. Yeah, okay, box trucker. You think that? You think that? Business person not thinking like that. They thinking about the stuff that I'm thinking about. They thinking about fully autonomous. They thinking about semi-autonomous. They thinking about things that could possibly replace them. If you work Amazon, you thinking about what I was talking about a few weeks ago, about them building that whole program, middle mile route opportunity, something that eventually I talked about months ago that was eventually going to happen anyway. Why you think they quietly doing it? Because they don't want to cause a stir. Nothing stays the same forever. Nothing stays the same forever. Nothing stays the same forever. Think like a business person. Think like a business person. Think like a business person. Don't think like a box trucker. A lot of these people want you to think like box truckers. They want you to think small-minded, like the size of a peanut. You know, some of these guys got brains the size of a peanut. You know what I'm saying? Don't think small-minded. Think big. You know, use your truck as a tool and also use it as a vessel to create other opportunities. Take your money and invest it in other things. If I were you, I would start investing in things that don't require actual humans to do the job. Start looking into things that are automated. Start looking into business like automation. Things that run themselves 24 hours a day that don't require any human element. Make money when you're asleep 24 hours a day with little to no human element. Look at these Amazon stores. The only people that work there are the stock people. You go into the Amazon grocery store, you scan your phone, you pick something up, it charges your card. Artificial intelligence runs the store. AI runs the store. Artificial intelligence runs the store. Use your truck as a tool. Use it as a vessel to make more money. Take your money, utilize your money as soldiers. Look at your money as a tool. Stop looking at your money the way people look at money. People look at money all wrong. Look at your money as a tool. Look at it as soldiers. Send your soldiers out to recruit more soldiers. As you make more money, invest in the other things. Take those soldiers and send them out over there to recruit more soldiers. Take those soldiers, send those soldiers out to go over there and recruit more soldiers. Each where you send is a new opportunity, a new stream of income, a new revenue source that you've created. Your money is doing no good just sitting there. Send it out. Use it as a tool. Let it recruit and bring back in more soldiers, more dollars. Every dollar is a soldier. Use your truck as a tool and also a vessel to create more opportunities. And eventually one day, you can remove yourself because now you have a portfolio of streams of revenue. Hopefully they're automated. You don't want to create something that requires the human element or the least amount of human interaction as possible, right? Because we're smart people, right? We're not box truckers. We're business people. We're business people. We see what's going on. So we don't want to create an issue. We don't want to create something that may be a problem. We want to reduce our problems. We want to think smart. So we want to create things where we don't have to rely on other people. And this is what we talk about over here. We don't complain. We don't do none of that stuff. We see a void and I see a void. And then all this goofball stuff I see on the internet. So here's the solution. Here's the solution. All right, man. Q&A. Somebody told me that mall. Q&A. Somebody told me their mall is just walking track now. Stores gone. Yeah, so a lot of malls are just, I noticed, well, I haven't been to a mall in probably over 10, 12 years. I heard that's where old people go in the morning to just do laps. So I definitely heard that too. Got to pimp your money. Well, I wouldn't say pimp it. See, I don't like that terminology. When it comes to business, I look at money as soldiers. All right. Just recruiting more soldiers. You can look at it as gang members. All right. Look at your money as each dollar is a gang member. All right. And each gang member you send out, you recruit another gang member. All right. You can look at it like that. Mark, I'm in the middle of the building my trucking business and thinking about moving to my final mile. What are your thoughts? I think that's a great idea. Actually, if I were you, I'm not telling you what to do, but if I were you, I think if you switched it around and built a moving business first, it would be easier to transition into the final mile business. And the reason why I say that is because all the techniques you're going to learn with the moving business, the final mile business is just going to be easy. It's going to be easy. You know what I'm saying? Really, really easy. And when you're learning these businesses that are high labor, liability driven, I should say, owning your own moving company, you have that. And I'm gonna tell you, all right, so what you have is valuation. All right, so with the insurance, with moving versus final mile, when you're running your own moving company, okay, by law, all right, by law, federal law, you got 30% valuation. Everybody gets that free when they do a move. So a person has an option to buy insurance. They can buy declared value insurance, which is basically depreciated value, or they can buy full value insurance, which covers whatever you damage at full value. All right, if they don't purchase declared value or they don't purchase full value, they automatically get valuation free. That's usually at 30 cents per pound per article. If it's interstate, if it crosses state lines, interstate, it's 60 cents per pound per article. This is what most people get, and they think it's insurance. So if you break something, you drop something, you scratch something, let's say if it's a flat screen TV, it weighs 10 pounds, they get 30 cents per pound per article if they didn't purchase declared value or depreciated value. So they're going to get they're going to get $3. They're going to argue, they're going to fuss, but by law, that's all you owe them. All right. Now, it's better and it's more cost effective as far as loss is concerned to start the moving business first, because you're going to go through that learning curve period versus starting a final mile business where your money is held up by the third party, the logistics company. And if you send a crew out and something gets scratched or damaged, your money is held up and they're snatching that out your settlement check. All right. So you kind of probably want to learn, I think, with the moving first. It's up to you. You can do it how you want to do it. That's how I started. It wasn't planned that way. It just, happened. So that transition in the final mile was a lot easier because as I started moving some guys from the moving over to the final mile business, it was like second nature. It was actually even easier because some of the moving jobs, the obstacles you have to do, maneuvering stuff out of one place and then into another place, is a lot difficult than actually just taking something into one place and just leaving it there. But I think it's a great second stream of revenue that kind of coincide with each other. I think it's very smart. I think it's very smart. What up, Mark? Do you think I can get a final mile contract with only one truck? I'm 99 days active. Yeah, you can get a final mile contract with one truck. Yep, most definitely. Most definitely. So yeah, Deck Transport LLC, I hope I answered your question if you're still here. Hit that like button, guys. Hit that like button. Yes, sir. It's all about what you want and how much you want. Wisdom and peace. Thanks for checking in. Chris Adams. The beauty of the box truck is its versatility. You have a great tool. You just have to be versatile. Exactly. Exactly. You have a tool. You have a tool. Utilize it as a tool. Utilize it as a tool. I think even still with me telling people this, that it's a tool, you got to understand that mindset aspect comes back into play, because some people will listen, oh, well, yeah, it's a tool. But then if one thing isn't working, see, the only thing out of all these lanes that I talk about, moving, middle mile, final mile, Amazon, everybody's hung up on Amazon and that middle mile because those are the easiest. No one really cares about moving and final mile because they're hard, but they pay the most money. They pay the most money. People don't want to do hard work anymore. You get your 26-foot box truck and you market all 3, 4, 5 bedroom moves. No, you're not going to be able to fit a 5 bedroom in a 26-footer. You may be able to put a 4 bedroom in a 26-footer depending on how much stuff they have and who you have packing it. But let's say 3, 4, 5 bedroom, you book 4 or 5 bedroom moves and they don't mind you making 2 trips, let's say. It takes a middle mile trucker and a box truck, an average guy, about 5 days to make what you can make in one day moving a 5 bedroom house. One day. A person, and it's to each its own, I'm not knocking nothing. I'm just giving you the different avenues of how to make money with a truck. Some avenues you're going to make a lot more money, but the work level is going to be harder. Some levels you're going to make great money. It's just going to take you a period of time to make that great money, and you're going to have a lesser workload. Me personally, I value time. See, this is another thing I don't talk about. Time is worth more than money. And this is why a lot of people don't know how to make money, because they don't know how to value time. Me, I'm going to go do the hard work. I'm going to put them 12, 13 hours in, 14, maybe 16 hours. I done had moves that done took 3 days before. You don't want to know what that type of, and then local move, 3-day local move. Let's say it's a 4 bedroom house, takes 15 hours, pays $4,000. Now, a person got to drive to this state, to that state, to this state, to that date, do Amazon to shit. Amazon probably might have to work 2-3 weeks to make that type of money. Put 15 hard hours in. Now I can utilize my rest of my time, if I choose to build other businesses, research other ideas that I have. Because time is worth more than money. A lot of people can't grow and create other streams of revenue because they don't have the time, because they're so busy working so hard on their box truck, because they're not thinking like a business person. Time is worth more than money. You can make more money. You can go out every day and make money. You can never get that time back. So how are you going to figure out a way? See, I try to figure out ways to make more money in less time. Let me say that again. Now I'm focusing on a few things. One, making more money in less time and businesses that are automated. I don't want to have to deal with people ever again. I don't want to deal with employees anymore in no new business that I build. And if I have to, a very minimal amount. So getting back to the trucking thing, like he said, a tool. The moving and the final mile, you're going to make more money, but don't nobody want to do that type of work. So right now, OTR, spot market rates are below cost. Amazon is the rates are very low. But I see plenty of ads with UST and JB Hunt and Pilot and Ford Final Mile and NAL and SEVA, all hiring final mile, looking for final mile carriers. I don't see nobody signing up because they don't want to do that type of work. So instead of signing up and keeping that money flowing in, they rather just complain about rates when there's other opportunities out there for your tool to be utilized. So I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. And I can say this. I've never had the easy lanes in trucking. I never had the middle mile. Amazon, Relay, that's still new to me. All my money in trucking has come from moving and final mile. The hardest things you can do with a truck is where I've made my money at. It's the mom in me talking. At a certain point, you are forced to leave the nest and think for yourself. People are not taught to make decisions. It starts at home. I think I answered that one. Hey Siri, turn it off. Everything. All right, any questions? Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? That was me, hard working, but I had no knowledge of business or entrepreneurship. But life has taught me I can only own my work and my time, learning as I go and applying my knowledge to my life. See right here? Time. Learning as you go. Life has taught me I can own my work and my time. You got to own your time. You got to own your time. Your time is worth more than the money. All right, any questions? I'm going to drop this link. Facts. Living in Cali, you see diverse cultures, and black people don't work together, unfortunately. They definitely don't. Form a community. Form a community. Don't get me started mentality as a collective. Asians, 1 in 10 own a business. Black, 1 in 1 8 have a business. Yeah, those are horrible numbers. There are still opportunities out there, but they require dedication and commitment. There's always opportunities. Always opportunities. Always opportunities. Always opportunities. All right. Any questions? Any questions? I'm going to drop this link. If not, I'm going to see if Is the Walk come up and share this story with us. I'm curious. Hold on. Let me drop this link. Let me drop this link in the chat real quick. I just dropped the link. Anybody want to come up? You can't get time back. We can make more money. Definitely can't get time back. Hey, James, hey, I sent your headset out that you won the other day, too. I sent it out. I actually ordered it today for same-day delivery. It should have been delivered. Let me know if you got it. Let me know if you got it. James, I actually, last time I checked, I got a notification about an hour ago that it was 10 stops away. Let me know if you got it. I go to link. Anybody want to come up and holler at me? I'm gonna see if Mr. Is the Walk to you gonna come up and share us his good and bad news. He got good and bad news. If not, then I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here, and I'm gonna see y'all Sunday. Name them companies again, please. Which companies? I named a few companies. Oh, you talking about the final mile companies? You got NAL, you got UST, you got Pilot, you got T-Force, you got SIVA, you got Ford Final Mile, you got JB Hunt Final Mile, you got Ryder Final Mile. I guess he don't want to come up. He was just here, so I mean he be here every live, so I'll give him a minute. If I don't hear from him, if any more questions and DeWalt don't want to come up and tell us the good and the bad news, then I'm gonna go ahead and end the live. I'll be back Sunday with another topic. Industry going through changes, and some big boys are doing things in the background. Big boys are always doing things in the background. Big boys are going to always create ways for them to make more money and spend less. The same way the big boys think, you need to think as well as an entrepreneur. You know what I'm saying? It's all about mindset, your mindset. You know what I'm saying? Your mindset. We got to change. Well, I changed my mindset a long time ago. You know, if you still stuck in this small way of thinking, and especially in this industry, I want to speak to specifically a box trucker versus a business person, then you got to start thinking like a business person. YouTube automation, bro. YouTube automation is something that I looked into, and I'm going to continue to look into it. That may be something I may have to take a page out of Tim Ferriss's book to build and have some outsource that building, and spend the money and outsource uh, that project for someone else to build it for me. I just don't have the time to do that. But YouTube automation is something that's been on my radar. Faceless pages. There's a lot of informational pages that are faceless, that generate a lot of revenue, that generate a lot of income. All right. YouTube is a business. In case you guys don't know, YouTube is a business. It may not start off as a business for most people, but it's a business. All right. YouTube content creators make money off advertising. It's not much, but you know, a lot of YouTube content creators take their likeness on YouTube, and then they're able to create other streams of revenue or other sources of revenue, like selling coaching sessions, selling courses, things of that nature, appearances, things of that nature. This box truck space is a very small niche. It's not like a car niche where, you know, you got Hellcats or you got Lamborghinis. Those big time guys over there have millions of followers. They make a lot more money. The box truck space is very small, a very small, intimate niche or niche. So, you know, there's not really a lot of money over here, but, you know, there's people that made a lot of money last year, you know, off their popularity, I guess you would say, as far as being a creator, and creating courses and things like that, and check the bag. A lot of them check six figures. Some of them probably check the M. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's opportunity. I wasn't around then, and I came like at the beginning of the decline. But it is a business. I give a lot of stuff away. A lot of people say, Mark, you give a lot of information away, and then you're doing 15 free mentorships. But it's still a business. Just because I'm doing 15 free doesn't mean that, you know, I'm not getting some type of something in return. You know what I'm saying? It's a write-off. It's philanthropy. You know, it's philanthropy. If I can give something, right, and then turn around and write off a dollar amount, there's a win on both sides. I don't necessarily have to there doesn't necessarily have to be a money exchange. You see what I'm saying? I look for ways where I can give value. All right. But I'm a smart businessman too. You know what I'm saying? I'm a smart businessman. I'm not like some of these guys. I'm different. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, it's a write-off. You know, I can write that off. You know, so is, you know, business. Thinking like a business person, not thinking like a trucker. You see what I'm saying? So it's mindset, man. People gotta have that mindset, gotta, you know, that's gonna separate the business person from the box trucker. Thanks, waiting on Amazon now. Let me see where it's at. James. I can see where it's at right now. James. Your package was delivered. It was handed directly to a resident. It was delivered, James. You might want to go downstairs and check with your neighbors downstairs. Your package was delivered. It was handed directly to a resident. So, I don't know. It's already been delivered. It was delivered at 8:27. So I don't know, James. You might go want to check your downstairs neighbor, man. They might have got your package, man. They might have got your package. All right, it's the walk. If you coming up, let me know, man. If not, I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here, man. Hit that like button, guys. Hit that like button. I'm losing connection. I bet you are. It's being a good businessman based on how good you can manipulate and exploit others. I don't know. I don't know. It's a lot of people that are, exploiting others. Does that make them a good business person? I guess it makes them a good person at exploiting people. So I don't know. I don't exploit people. I don't sell anything. I don't sell anything. So I don't know what it's like to exploit and manipulate people. I heard about a bunch of people manipulating people with courses and really, really expensive mentorships, and they didn't know the business and things of that nature. But I can't answer that question, Nightcrawler. I don't manipulate and exploit people. People that manipulate and exploit people they have motives for financial gain most of the time. So I don't know. You gotta go talk to them. Most scholarships are write-offs for the donor. Thanks, heading out now. So I don't know, Nightcrawler, was there like a you speaking in general, or was there like some type of sneak diss or something? You trying to imply something there, or what you trying to do? Let me know. Because clearly you don't follow my channel. Because if you're talking to me, if you're trying to sneak this, clearly you don't follow my channel. Because I give a lot. I don't sell anything. I'm just telling. Oh, in general, okay, right? Because I'm just telling this dude. I just sent him a headset. I've been giving out headsets. I'm giving out mentorships. I'm giving out cash. But in general, yeah, I think you got some great businessmen that are good master manipulators. A lot of your big time social influencers, I think they're good master manipulators. I think in some aspects, some of the most successful men are good master manipulators. They know how to sell a product, and sometimes selling a product requires some form of mental manipulation, I guess. I've never been in the business of selling goods. All my businesses have been service driven. So I really don't know what it's like to create marketing to sell an actual product. I've always, like I said, had service driven business. I built service driven businesses. So even with my moving company, it's not something you can market to manipulate somebody buying into hiring your moving company versus another person's moving company. They look at your reviews, they answer questions, they go, you give them your rate. If your rate coincides with what their budget is and they decide to go with you, then they go with you. It's not something that I gotta sell. You know what I'm saying? So I really can't speak from a guy that has a business selling an actual product. But I think that some of these successful guys that I do see, I think they're good at. I think Ty Lopez, when he first came on the scene, I think he was very good at I don't even say manipulating, but I want to say he was good at selling hopium. I guess that is a form of manipulation. And getting people to believe that if you had a mentor or if you pay for a mentor, because ultimately he wants you to buy into his program, that you're going to see success. And if you read books and you hire a mentor, you're going to see success. So I guess that is a form of manipulation. Grant Cardone, same thing. So I see your point, and I can agree. I can agree with you in some aspects, especially from a product selling standpoint on the goods end. But I'm a service based driven person, so I've never seen it on my end. I've never used it because I put out a service. I go to logistics companies. We got trucks. They utilize our trucks. We make money. You know, you need to move. I got trucks. I got bodies. You know, we move you from point A to point B. There's no selling involved in those things, but I see where you're going. I do see some examples of what you're saying out there on the internet, and I actually see, sticking in this space, I see it in this space. I've seen it in this space. I don't see it as much as I did when I first came into the space, but there's still some people around that are manipulating people. But here's the thing, you know, a business person has to be responsible for their own actions. And if they're buying into manipulation, look, I like to use the 3-card Molly example. All right. I'm not gonna put my dollar or my $5 down on 3-card Molly. All right. I just know better. It just seems too good to be true. There's no way that this lady is steady guessing the right ball. You know, it's something here. Even if I'm dumbfounded to the scam, it's something just don't feel right. And that's an instinct that real good business people have. Just like they have the instinct to go with their gut for business decisions, you also got to have the instinct to know when something just don't feel right either. All right, if you're studying a space and you go to YouTube and every content creator is saying, you know, box truck rental right now is not the way to go. You see the videos, you read the comments, you're really doing your research, and everywhere you go, box truck rental is just not it. Just not it. You follow that up with calling the box truck rental companies, and then they give you the rates. And then the rates coincide with what the people are saying in the videos and in the comments. And then you got one person saying, yo, you can do this with a rental. Matter of fact, you can do this with a rental. And I don't even suggest you buy a truck because you got to pay the maintenance, which is a crock of bullshit. But you buy into, you got a plethora of people over here saying one thing and one person over here saying this thing, but you buy into this because this person is got, you know, dressed a certain way and he has the fancy car and the verbiage is proper and the selling point is proper, and you see all the tools and the trinkets to put forth this illusion of success, right? And then that's who you go with. You ignore all the other people, because Mark is sitting on live in a t-shirt. Mark has all the stuff that this person has, right? But Mark doesn't market himself to you like that. So you don't believe Mark because Mark is just sitting up here with a t-shirt. You believe the person who has on the lubes with the Corvette, you know, and the fancy promotional video. And that's who you believe, because you're basing success on this illusion that you see and this hopium that's spread, instead of watching the live like I just put on that's talking about you and this dumb decision that you're about to make by believing the people that are spreading the hopium. Because if you'd have took the chance on the guy sitting on live that has all that stuff, but it's not using that as a selling point to get you to hear them out because I'm not selling you anything. I'm not selling you a ride along. I'm not selling you a mentorship. I do consultations, but I don't do them like that because I'm a final mile guy. No one wants to do final mile. I haven't done a consultation in probably 2-3 weeks. About 2 weeks. No one wants to do final mile. If I did Amazon, I'd probably have consultations lined up. So you don't want to hear this. So that's why they make the mistake. That's why they make the mistake. You know, they buy into the hopium. So it is what it is. Five proper term is finesse. Finesse, you know, people getting finesse. But here's the thing. Here's why I don't focus on it, because it ain't never going nowhere. See, a lot of people on YouTube, as far as the subs and stuff, a lot of these people from small towns and stuff, and nothing wrong with being from a small town. They don't see scams. I see scams every day. This is just one of them. I see scams in real life. I'm sitting at the red light. I'm watching people get pickpocketed. I'm watching people get robbed. I see scams every day. So it's not nothing new. I understand that scams ain't going nowhere. And it's a new one popping up every day and a new scammer. You can't beat them. The only thing you can do is make people aware. It's not my job to go after the scammers. I'll make you aware. I'll tell you. I'll put out plenty of content about the scams to make people aware. And that's me doing my job. It's not my job to call people out. Because I'm going to waste my time. I'm going to spend all my time calling out something that I can't defeat. That's like me trying to fight, go against every card cracker. Or every person that's in Pakistan or India or wherever, one of them countries that call over here and call a bunch of people all day and tell them they Chase account been hacked or whatever. And then eventually they catch that one old lady or that one old man that do got a Chase account or Social Security, you know, whatever the scam is that they call. And everybody get these spam calls nowadays. They catch that one old person who's just not hip to the scam. And oh my God, my Chase, that dude got Chase. Man, my God, I was just logged into my account this morning. My money was there. Yeah, ma'am, but I'm sorry. They took your money, so ma'am, I need you to verify your social security number, please. Yeah, they give them the social. All the information they need, they give it to them. That's the scam. Ain't going nowhere. You know? See what I mean? What's card cracking? That's what I'm saying. And I'm not making fun of Pippi, but this is what I'm saying. Just like how she don't know what card cracking is, a bunch of people on YouTube, right, that signed up for a lot of these content creators that sell these stuff, the ones that really got over on people, they not hip to certain things. I'm hip to a lot of scams because I live in a big ass city. I know all the scams. Card cracking is the art of cracking cards. You want to make 500? Want to make 2,500? I'm gonna put 5,000 in your account, Pippi. Right? This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put 5,000 in your account. All right. When that 5,000 hit, I need you to withdraw it. You're gonna give me 25, and you gonna keep 25. Then you're gonna close that account. Now, what's going to happen is you're going to give me that 25. You're going to take your 25. I'm gone. I made 25. You made 25. But guess what? They're going to hold your account up for fraud, and you're going to still be held responsible. I'm in the wind already. I'm already on to the next Vic. I'm going to tell you what ATM to go draw it out of. I already got the whole shebang. That's card cracking. It's all types of scams. It's Cash App scams. Hey Pippi, I'm gonna put $1,000 in your Cash App. I'm gonna meet up with you. We're gonna go to this specific ATM. I'm gonna need you to withdraw it. I'm gonna get 500. You gonna get 500. all types of scams. So you can't. So these little scams in trucking ain't nothing. This stuff ain't nothing. But just like how she don't know, imagine somebody in Middle America thinking they want to get a box truck and they see XYZ selling a box truck course for 800 or XYZ selling a mentorship for 10,000. They don't know no better. They live in, I don't know, shoot, Lafayette, Indiana or something. I don't know. Montana, Colorado. They not hip. They not from New York. They not from LA. They not from Chicago. They not from Atlanta. They not from Houston. They not from one of these big cities. They don't know. They don't hear about these things because they're not in circles with people that do these things. They don't know about these things. Because in the towns they're from, they make an honest living. They don't know what to look out for. You live in these big markets, you got to know the scam so you know what to look out for. Because, yeah, it sounds good. You may be messed up right now. You go to the right person that's messed up, man. You messed up, man. All right, don't worry about it. I'm finna get you straight. I'm finna put 10,000. I'm finna put 5,000 in your account. Just give me 25. A person who ain't got nothing, who messed up, who don't know no better, that's it. That's all you gotta do. Yeah, I'm just gonna put the 5 in there. Just, man, I'm gonna come get you. We're gonna go to this specific ATM, just withdraw it. Or we're gonna go to the bank. We can't draw the 5, so this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go to this bank and withdraw 25, then we're gonna go to this bank and withdraw 25. But I need you to go to that teller. You're gonna get the money, but in 2-3 days, they're gonna hit you for fraud. And that's your account. I'm in the win. I've been hitting you from a funny app number. So when you call me back, that number ain't even hot no more. I'm already vicking somebody else. So, Mr. Trainer Go, what's going on? But I'm finna get out of here, man. It's the walk ain't coming up here, man. He ain't trying to tell us what he did, man. I ain't gonna tell him because it ain't my business to tell. But maybe we'll catch him on Sundays live and he'll tell. But I'm finna get on up out of here. If there ain't no more questions, I'm gonna catch y'all Sunday. I hope people here learned something. This box truck thing, like y'all, people who are still hanging in there, I know a lot of people have exited. You could tell from the content creators' views. You could tell from the lives, like just the interest, the sentiment is not there anymore. And then the guys who are content creators who still make content, a lot of them are upset and mad and making content about trash and things of that nature because they're not making money and they don't know how to pivot, transition, and all that. You know what I'm saying? That's the difference between business people and box truckers, guys. Business people and box truckers, guys. So I'll see y'all Sunday. You still trying, man? Hit the link and come on up. Hit the link and come on up. You would pop into this thing. You came up Sunday. Hit that link, put your name in, and come on up. Hit that like button. What days you be going live? I was going 3 days a week, Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursdays, but lately I just been going Sundays and Thursdays. So I'll be back on this Sunday coming up. And then after Sunday, it'll be Thursday again. I'm coming out with season 2 of my Tuesday night podcast in February. Everybody that got the free mentorship, it starts. I sent out messages today. Everybody that got the free mentorship, it starts January 22nd, and it will run 4 consecutive Sundays from there. So January 22nd is the first Sunday. It will be in the morning. When you get your Zoom link, it will also have the time. Make sure you're there. I'm very serious. Listen, guys, I am very serious. Beat me there. Beat me there. It's just a free mentorship. So take it serious. I'm going to take it serious. I might not let you in if you're late. All right? Do me that. You know what I'm saying? It's free, so show me the respect. Please show me the respect, guys. Make sure you're there on time. I'm telling me to get cam permission. Yeah, just accept the permission from the cam. Yes. And then audio permission. Yeah. You gonna pop up in my green room. You ain't even popped up in the green room. Put your name in, take the permission. You got an iPhone? What type of phone you got? But man, people waiting, man. The room going down and down and down, man. I gotta get out of here. I gotta start ending my lives when it's a lot of people in here, man. When the room go down, that means it's getting boring. I don't like that. I want to end my life when it's still 70, 100, 50, whatever the peak is for the night. That's when I want to end. Yeah, he playing, man. I'm finna get out of here, man. Yeah, see, man, you gotta step your phone game up, man. You gotta step your phone game up, man. You gotta bought you a new van and you. I rock with you, bro. I'm just starting my business. I'm new to the game. All right, well, just keep watching, man. Go back and watch a lot of old content. Make sure you enter into the space correctly, man. Make sure you enter in the space correctly, and don't fall into the hopium. Enter, exercising extreme caution. Enter with as low as of overhead as possible. Don't make hasty decisions. A lot of people make hasty decisions because they're anxious to get into the business and they think, well, I know this is not what Mark told me to do, or this is not what so-and-so told me to do, and I know it is expensive, but I think after this second week, I'll be able to blah, 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 and then it don't work out like that, and I'm going to be like, I told you so. If this dude come up here, I'm going to have a I told you so moment, and this will be a great example, but he's not coming up here. You know what I'm saying? So, the space is, it's going through some trials and tribulations right now, depending on what sector you're looking to enter into. But, I think if you enter correctly, then you will do okay. I'm just getting started. All right, you're just getting started. Same speech I just gave Mr. Train to go. Enter correctly, exercise extreme caution, make sure you do proper research. Don't fall into hopium. If you're anxious to get into the space, just don't make a hasty decision, because, something is being presented to you at the moment as far as rental truck, box truck, whatever it is, and its price point is not correct, but you're just so anxious to get in, you do it anyway. Don't make those decisions. Have a plan initially, stick to your plan, and eventually things will fall into place. And as long as you enter into the space correctly, then you'll do fine. All right, it's the walk, man. You ain't coming up, bro, so I ain't gonna play with you no more. I think last time I used StreamYard link. Yeah, I'm not on StreamYard tonight. I'm on Ecamm, so that's why you gotta click that link. And it says, turn on your mic, turn on your whatever. But, I don't know, man. But I'm finna get out of here because the room dying, man. Ain't nobody finna be waiting on you, bro. I don't know, man. I don't know. Contracts are the way to go. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Contracts are gonna be on the final mile side. That's the side that I've seen success in. I'm not a middle mile guy. I'm not an Amazon guy. Dedicated runs are on final mile. You can call them contracts. Dedicated is the proper term, because you're guaranteed something Monday through Friday or Monday through Saturday or Monday through Sunday if you got a 7-day contract. This is dedicated work. So if you're running, like, let's say through a third-party logistics company and you're running a Lowe's contract, or you're running a Home Depot contract, or you're running Samsung.com or LG.com or IKEA, these are contracts that you're going to be running every single day. So if you're running Home Depot, every day when you go to that logistics company, whatever logistics company it is, because multiple logistics companies cover that Home Depot contract, depending on the region that you're in, that if you got a 5-day dedicated route, then 5 days you're going to be delivering for Home Depot. You're not looking on a load board, looking for a route, calling brokers and things of that nature. Monday through Friday, you're going to go and you're going to have a route. You may not know how many stops you're going to have from day to day. You may not know what the freight entails until you get there, but you know that you're going to have something every day that you are, contracted out as far as how many days you're running for that particular contract. So Final Mile does give you some sense of, it gives you more security, I should say, but the workload is a little bit more intense. It's a lot of labor. It's very labor intensive. A lot of lifting and maneuvering is involved. It's a higher price point. You get paid more than running Final Mile, running Middle Mile, running Amazon, obviously because of the labor that's involved, and it also entails or involves another individual because it's a 2-man workload. So obviously the money amount increases and upwards of 150 grand. But the work, you got to put the work in, a lot of lifting. What you think about government contract? This is a question I get asked a lot lately. I think they're cool. I think when I did that video, I did that video just really put that information out there. But I think a lot of people think government contracting is a lot easier than what it is. Government contracts, if you do, secure a government contract, no matter what the municipality is, whether it's a state, city, federal, normally when the government looks to contract out, it's on something for a very big project. All right, so they're building the Obama library here, right? All right, they're building the presidential library for Obama here, right? By University of Chicago. So let's speak from the security aspect. All right, there is security 24 hours on that contract site. Right, this is a presidential library. Every president gets their own presidential library built in their hometown after their presidency. Right, all right. This is not like a basic contract job where the hypes are going to break in and steal all the copper and stuff. There's security around that site 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. All right. Now, if you're starting your own security firm, right, and you're just starting out and you're not that big yet, and that's not a government contract you can get, right, because you don't have the infrastructure yet to house that contract, to secure it, because it entails multiple people, multiple cars just for that one project. All right. So with government contracting, municipality, city, state, federal, usually when they contract out, it's for projects that are very, very big. All right. Very, very big, which means you have to have the infrastructure in order to take on that contract. It's not going to be something that it's not usually something for an individual in their one truck. School bus contract, city. Okay, a lady here who has the biggest minority school bus contract for Chicago Public Schools is a black woman. She has an MBE. She's actually the person many years ago who introduced me to what it was. She has 100 and something school buses because she has to service most of the Chicago Public Schools. Hundreds of buses. All right, the city of Chicago wants to contract with you for public school, for busing. They're not going to go to a startup who has just their 1 or 2 buses. You can't, some of these schools need 10, 12 buses just for the school. You know what I'm saying? So, I think when a lot of people think about government contracting, they think it's me and my one truck, and don't really work like that. They go for they have big projects, and they go for companies that have an infrastructure that can house these big projects. And then on another level, you have to look at the pay. What people don't understand about government contracting, no matter the municipality, city, federal, state, it's not something they're going to pay you every week. They're not going to pay you bi-weekly. It doesn't work like that. If you're dealing with a government contract, any municipality, city, state, federal, you're going to get paid 4 times a year, once every quarter. All right, first quarter, January 1st through March 31st. First quarter ends March 31st. goes to accounting for processing. That happens in April. So you're not going to get paid for Q1, which ends March 31st, until probably the first week of May, because all April is going through accounting. So just because Q1 ends March 31st doesn't mean you're going to get it April 1st. April goes through accounting. You're going to see that money in May. All right. Q2. All right. April, May, June. June 30th ends. July goes to accounting. You don't see Q2 money until August. So you have to have the financials to float a government contract as well. So a lot of people don't think about. So not only do you have to have the infrastructure, you have to have the capital to float this thing, because now you're running for a whole quarter and a month for a municipality without receiving any money. So you have to have the infrastructure and you have to have the capital. So you either have to have a source of capital, whether it's a business line of credit that can float you, or you just, your pockets got to be deep. So even though government contracts are things are cool, I think, to have under your umbrella and in your portfolio, a lot of people think about this too prematurely, that don't necessarily understand how these things work and have the infrastructure, the capital to really pull something off, to even apply for a lot of these things. So have you seen freight flowing for 26 to 24 foot box trucks? So somebody asked me that earlier, but I talk on this every now and again when people ask me. 16-foot box trucks has really lost its place in this industry. In the 2010s, it had a place, strong place in the industry, but now it's lost its place. People that follow me, I compare the 16-foot box truck to like that middle child. You know what I'm saying? The middle child always gets left out, just left out of everything. There's nothing for it. The baby or the oldest. The oldest is on his way to college. He's playing Division I, and the baby is the baby. He's cute, he's cuddly, he's adorable. Kiss him on the cheek, and the middle kid is forgotten about. Damn, forgot I had a middle kid. That's the 16-foot box truck right now. All right, with the way e-commerce has evolved, the 16-foot box truck is just stuck in the middle. It has no place anymore. It's either too much truck for what most final mile parcel opportunities entail as far as a vehicle, right? Because a lot of cargo vans get those final mile parcel jobs. You really don't need a 16-foot box truck for a lot of that stuff. Cargo van will suffice. So it's too much vehicle for a lot of that work, and then it's not enough vehicle for your final mile big and bulky, or your OTR middle mile, or your Amazon even, because all those opportunities call on a 26-foot box truck. So it's just not enough. It's either too much truck, right, or not enough truck. It's stuck in the middle, and it just doesn't really have. There's not many opportunities for the 16-footer anymore. The 24-footer is pretty much obsolete. You see those 24-footers that have been sold from like the Penske. I think they phased the 24-footer out a few years ago. So you see those 24-foot, those older model 24-footers floating around. I know U-Haul phased out their 24-footer. You can sneak a 24-footer in as a 26-footer on some of these contracts. You can finesse the pallets to get them all in. I mean, ain't nobody really out there with a tape measure looking for 2 feet. You know what I'm saying? But you got to know how to maneuver those pallets in with that 24-footer if you're running that middle mile. 16-footer though, it's kind of a risk. I can tell you some avenues to go for a 16-footer if you're running middle mile, but for the most part, when people ask me about a 16-footer, I really advise them away from it now. If you're gonna get a 16-footer, you might as well just get a cargo van, save you some money and some headache, and just have a vehicle to fit the actual work. 16-footer is going to be overkill for a lot of the work that you're going to end up having to run with that truck. How did you become mechanically inclined to do final mile? Is it possible to learn on the job? So I started in the moving industry. So with the moving industry, transitioning into final mile was easy. Moving people's homes is a lot harder than delivering refrigerators, because you're moving someone out and you're moving someone in. on the same job. It requires you to move them out and move them in. There's a lot of obstacles. So when you're delivering a refrigerator, you may deal with obstacles, but you're dealing with on one end. When you're moving someone out, moving someone in, you're dealing with obstacles with a multitude of different furniture. They may have an armoire, a dresser, a washer, dryer, stove, refrigerator. If you're moving appliances, in most cases you don't nowadays. But like their furniture, couches, you have obstacles, and you have to use your brain for a multitude of items on one job versus one item or two items on the delivery. So being in the moving industry first and then transition to final mile was a cakewalk. It was a cakewalk, because all the maneuvering and the obstacles and everything that you would be required for you to know in final mile, I already learned it and went through that learning curve and moving. And that's how I've always been able to, especially in getting into final mile, been able to keep claims down. Um, Claims is going to be a big part of your you know, not getting claims is going to be one of the main things people getting into final mile have to focus on, because they're going to take that money. As shit rolls downhill, the logistics company ain't going to pay it. The manufacturer's not going to pay it. The customer's not going to pay it because they purchased a new item. So if you damage the item before it gets there, or you damage it while you're delivering it, they're going to refuse it. You're going to have to pay for the item, and you're going to have to pay for the damage you did to the home. So it's something that does require a lot of learning. It's very rewarding. It's a lot of heavy lifting. It's hard work, but it's very rewarding. But you gotta master that learning curve of knowing how to manipulate and maneuver that furniture, and knowing when to say no. Some people will buy things and don't do the measurement. Some people will buy mansion furniture for a 1-bedroom studio apartment and then expect you to make a miracle and get it in there, and tell you don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about the wall. And then you think taking their word for it, you damage the wall, and they be like, well, what about my wall? Ask me how I know. Ask me how I know. So, that's how I learned, I learned from moving, you know what I'm saying? I think the transition was a lot easier coming from a moving background, having a moving company, and then starting a final mile company. Yeah, you have to get certified. Can bid on a contract. I can't get in, fam. I'll try again Sunday. It ain't no shame in my game. It's all good. Did you ever work off the low boards? No. Middle mile is not my thing. Moving company and final mile. That's my claim to fame. That's my claim to fame. Moving and final mile. Low boards, not my type of money. Nothing wrong with it, but I wanted to stay local. I didn't even know, like, when I got into um even with Final Mile already having a successful moving company, I wouldn't have known anything about Final Mile if Dynamics wouldn't have called me with the IKEA. I'm pretty sure I would have learned about it later, but the opportunity presented itself to me. I didn't go out looking for this opportunity. And when it presented itself, I saw this whole another lane that I could make money with in trucks, and it was intriguing to me because what I can run a truck and make X amount of dollars and do a lot less work, or have my guys do a lot less work, right? And it was dedicated. So I was looking at it from, I had a problem, like I spoke on earlier. The problem was, even though we made a lot of money in the spring and summer with moving, no one moves in the winter. All right, the winter, no one moves. This is a seasonal business. In this market, March through end of September is booming. After November, December, January, February, it's dead. You might get your little ones and twos and fews here and there, but it's dead. So I had an issue. Now, granted, the money that was made in those months, that's enough money to cover me during those 4 or 5 months where it's slow. Way more than enough. But still, I want to do more than travel. I still want to make money in the off season, right? So I still had that problem. And this was the solution to that problem. Here's opportunity to make money all year round, and that's how I got in. And I never really had interest on running middle mile to low board. I knew how to make money locally It required hard work, but this was during a different time period as well, where there were no gig apps. A lot of the opportunities that exist now didn't exist then. So man, I was grabbing every felon that was fresh out the joint. Every felon that was fresh out the joint and putting them on the truck and had them lifting fur. They just came from doing 3, 4, 5 years of lifting on the yard anyway. So this was right up their alley. Wasn't nobody else giving them an opportunity. So come jump on this moving truck and lift this couch. Come jump on this final mile truck and carry this refrigerator, carry this stove. No one else was giving them opportunities, and they could make great money, right? And moving and in delivery working for me on an hourly wage, and this is a tip-based business. The tips in moving, you wouldn't believe some of the tips that these guys make. You got people that tip $100. You got people that tip $500. You got people that tip $1,000. A guy go to work, they might make $150, $200, but at the end of the day in tips, they done made $400, $500. Even the workers. So that when I say that the moving industry is a different animal than all this other stuff in trucking as far as the bread, by far, you can't compare. But a lot of people ain't gonna want to put that work in. That's why I don't really talk about it. How was the moving company? Moving was the best thing. Moving changed my life. As far as the business, the moving provided me the capital that when Dynamics called me and presented me with that IKEA opportunity, without the moving, I wouldn't been able to jumpstart that trucking. So when they called me, I had the money because of moving. So I started the trucking company. So every business that I've started since I started the moving company all stemmed from the success of the moving company. You see what I'm saying? So I thank God for putting me in that back against the wall situation for me to one day go on Craigslist looking to sell I was trying to sell, I think, my CD burner or something because I needed some money. I was selling my CD burner. I stumbled on the laboring gigs or the laboring moving thing, and I saw a guy that had a similar post. We'll do small jobs in my pickup truck. I'm like, I got a pickup truck. I copied that ad. I posted my own, and within an hour, I got a hit. And then I got another hit, and I got another hit. I came home that day with $400 or $500 in my pocket, just doing small couch deliveries and mattress deliveries. I didn't even have no equipment. I didn't have no ratchet straps. I didn't have nothing on that first day. I put that dude's mattress in the back of the pickup truck and drove from one side of town to the other town very slow so it wouldn't fly off. I didn't even get on the expressway. So back against the wall situation provided me everything that I have now because I was able to take that moving, build that business, become successful at it, learn the tricks of the trade, spawn that into a trucking company, take that and every other opportunity business that I've built since then, apps, automation, property, real estate, the list goes on. So thanks for the answer. Select Express hit me up. Going to see how it goes with the cargo van. Select Express is a good company. Pay ain't really all there. If you know how to manipulate it, you can. And when I say manipulate it, not necessarily manipulate them, but manipulate the situation to taking what is worth your while, then you'll do well. It's not something that I would recommend that you go into thinking about scaling. But if you go into it with a mindset where, I'm going to go in, make as much money. That's something that you go into where if you're on the truck or if you're in the van and you look at it from that perspective, you can do well. You just have to make sure you accept the right things they send you. Just don't accept anything. Container Store pays really well. Bye Bye Baby pays well. They call for 2 people to do Bye Bye Baby, but really you can do Bye Bye Baby with 1 person. I can put a baby crib together by myself. All right. If I got to break those boxes down and carry those pieces in 2 pieces at a time because I don't want to carry the whole wide box depending on which brand of Bye Bye Baby crib you get. If that's what I got to do, then that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go in there. I know how to put a baby crib together by myself. The hardest part is the first 2 pieces. That one piece and that other piece and holding it together and screwing it in. Once you get those 2 pieces in, then you can pretty much, everything else is easy. Putting those cribs together, you can't do no power tools because each end that you put in has 3 screws. Boom, 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 and you got to use your Allen key. You can't get in there with a drill because the bars is right there. So as long as you, then the other hard part. But you can once you become skilled, when you put the spring down in there. So once you build the frame of the bed, you lower the spring. Each spring has a hook on each end, and you ask the customer, do you want it at the top setting or the lowest setting? Most time they're gonna say the lowest setting. So you drop that thing down there. That's where you take your impact drill. You hit that boy, zoop, hold it up, come to the other end, hold it up. Then it'll pretty much hold up by itself. And then you could just go hit the other 2 sides, and that takes a skill set. It's not something you probably want to do initially, but as you become familiar and comfortable with those cribs, you can cut that second person and deliver those cribs yourself, and you can cut that payroll. So Bye Bye Baby is good. Dick's Sporting Goods with Select can be good depending on what you're taking. Treadmill, obviously the lifting aspect, getting it into the home is going to require 2 people. I could put a treadmill together by myself. But, they really don't like to pay for those treadmills, so that's where you might want to negotiate at. So I would focus more with them on the Bye Bye Baby, the Container Store, maybe West Elm, Cost World Market, those smaller Crate and Barrel, like those places where you can possibly do some of this stuff by yourself so you can maximize your earning potential and cut out the second guy. Final Mile has curbside drop-offs, right? Final Mile has curbside if you have a Final Mile curbside route. Those routes are not as prevalent as big and bulky. All right. So they're just not as prevalent. But there are curbside Final Mile routes that you can get, which is basically all palletized freight that goes to the curb or goes to the doorstep or goes, into the garage. Doesn't require any lifting because it's palletized. So yeah, Final Mile has a curbside as well. I did a video on it a few months ago. You might want to go check it out. All right, guys. So man, if there's no more questions, I'm gonna go ahead and skedaddle. I appreciate everybody for coming on the live tonight. Make sure you check out some content. Make sure you hit that like button on your way out. You can always hit me in the DM if you have any further questions. I don't know what my topic is going to be on Sunday night, but it'll definitely be a topic. I'll see you guys Sunday night. Peace.